The federal government's decision to fully implement the return of history studies in Nigeria's education sector has elicited mixed reactions among Nigerians and educationists. In 2018, then Minister of Education Adamu ordered the reintroduction of history as a standalone subject in basic and junior secondary schools. He also launched a history curriculum and teacher's guide. However, the directive was not fully implemented. In this report, Trust TV's Ibrahim Ismail explores the importance of history studies for Nigerian students and the country at large. Take a look.
For years, there have been debates and blame shifting about who was responsible for removing history from Nigeria's education curriculum. However, it is established that the removal of history was implemented in the 2009-2010 academic session during the Yar'Adua administration, though some claim it had been excluded as far back as 1982. Recently, the Minister of Education, Tunji Alausa, announced the full return of history studies to Nigerian schools. This announcement has sparked discussions among Nigerians.
Nobody values history. They don't value history. The present educational system, I think if you are a history student, I don't think you are being recognized. They will even be laughing at you because you study history. But I believe that history is what makes system continue. Yes, the history. Because when you look at the past, you compare with the present and the future. That is where you'll be able to benefit from what they are doing.
Because it's really not learning from history. I have to take history serious and put more, because me, I didn't actually offer history in school. I know a few histories of the country due to social studies and current affairs. So they really don't teach histories in our school.
For us to know what history is all about, it is very, very highly important for us to know about history. I will know where I'm coming from, you know where you are coming from. And it's also even when it's not even where they omit it out. So a lot of those our professors, if you are a professor of history, you have lost it also one way or the other. So by trying to bring it back is a very, very welcome development.
Over the last 2 decades, millions of Nigerian students have been deprived of history education, which could have deepened their understanding of their heritage and identity. Educationists and historians argue that neglecting history has significantly hampered the nation's development and progress.
Every individual person has a history behind him or her. And it is important to know your history because it had shaped your past. It will influence your future. Whether you are dealing with a nation or you are dealing with individuals. And that's why in history we said that learn from history, don't learn from your own history. Because you are studying society, you know what people have done in the past, the errors that they have committed, and those who have succeeded, how they have succeeded, and so on and so forth. Then these are lessons that you draw from learning history. History is the pillar of every nation. If you don't know your history, you cannot build a nation.
On Tuesday, Minister Tunji Alausa reaffirmed the return of history to the basic education level. While this policy has been widely praised, concerns persist about its effective implementation.
And because of the nature of our federal system, primary schools is under the jurisdiction of local governments. Secondary schools are under the jurisdiction of state governments. And the federal government only intervenes. Like in the case of primary basic education, UBEC is only an intervention body. It's just like TET fund. It's a tertiary education trust fund. So they are just intervention to help. So the problem we have is that even though history has been restored, people have written books, including myself, you don't find the local government, local education authorities or the state government buying these books.
As Nigerian students anticipate the return of history to their classrooms, the government faces a critical challenge: recruiting and training qualified history teachers to bring this policy to life. Ibrahim Ismail, Trust TV News, Abuja.